Good afternoon, everyone. Do you call in? You can allow one. Why that one? Why she? Why her? Right there. Not everyone's the same, yes. You have to mention because then they will get upset with you. We can't have upset, can we? Know you, know you. Too far? Too near? To what? Have a toast. Too near, too far. God. Was it only water? No, darling. You liked another water, yes? Back to the days! And a barbecue to grill! Fresh. I don't like bones. Good day. Good day, Drac. The phones, the cameras, the lens. I'll have to read the full name later, sir. Still can't see it. Why, when one mentions my name, it does not sound like they take it important at all then? It's not what it's important to the person. It's what it's important to the ones around. Will it work to anyone other than the person? What would they see of you? Already dead. Why? Because they wanted that route. You are already dead because they would want to take. But I got nothing to take. What would they want to take? There's a person. Well, yes. You are dead for shit. Will the name work out? Well, you ain't. Well, if that's the route, then what would you think that I must think? What one must think? I won't want to do that if I were you. Would you? Guy. They're going to take you that far anyways. So if you are already in death for said, because it's only a name to mention outside wherever person that will make, not to the person, them, They have already seen that you are in a grave. You are not present. And what they see will it's just a part of that. It's just a part of that virtual. Yes. But they will talk that they still the pal to you. There is a day there. Yes, I got one still. Without a day, it's boring. Without a day, it's boring. Without a day, it's boring. Without a day, it's boring, yes. But what? It's because you have nothing. Because one would want it that route. Because you have nothing, one would want it that route for life. Or death, until death, or whatever it was inside. Part of the psyche. They will declare that they are pal. Passing to you, ha ha. And then ding 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 ding. The throat machines, they still take a coin. They still take coins. It's calculations. What can one make? Why? False representation, identity. They will become you, personal. They have already been handed what to do, yes? They were guided from the guidance. The inside one was the guidance. And you're guided, what is guiding for? Can you please declare what you have talked out loud? Shout it out. The threats will use versus you. Now. So talk quick, fast to the point. Why did you use my name and why? 2 points. Why? Oh, I can see that it's just 1, 2, continue in that particular thought. So you would always need a day anyway. But you can't have a day. What kind of life are you? What kind of death are you then? Death? But I can't do that. That's the one with a cane and with a piece of metal. A calf. Cuffed. Smack down. That's where you would go now. 4, 2, 1. That's all. Guy. So why we always need a day in the world? Well, they will help to motivate, won't they? Oh, that's the role that you have. Motivate them. Please tell me what you motivate. What part of me will motivate with you? Please tell. Talk quick, fast. Ooh, I think they got a reserve plan, boss. So, I think they've got a reserve plan, sir. You have missed, sir, at the incorrect parts. Why? I was to try to cover a point. And what was the particular point? Memory. It will leave you later. Life. And death. Why? Guy. So the virtual sense. Around where you are. You are not the answers that you present. You are just a car? Well, it was a talk of myself. So that meant I started about auto. When it's a starter auto, what part could that mean? Well, you press the button. Oh, you press what? Hi. Kai. Well, that tone, I believe you. The tone already has. But I must continue it. Because we won't have a fun. Does that clear the cells in some day? We won't know. Let's see what the results were. I see. Why would we always need a day? Rivalry, enemy. Let's make one out. You call you pal. But you use my name. It's not possible to you at all. One's already dead to you. But one cannot think back death for you. Why? Should it not mean that you treat however one will treat you? You want me gone? I want you gone. You want me down? Should I throw you up? No. Then you are to put vanity in what you cannot do. Can you really do that? I was just thinking of the opposite of down. So up. And for one to go up, one must throw. Can you? Have you learned yet how to or make a plan with perfect presentation? Write it, make it. You will now lead life into a new direction. The particular direction that you will lead life to death, that's what they all want. What? All because you are like that already and you will hate the world. I understand. Well, why would you talk like that? Why would you not understand? Comprehend? Any route. They will take you. They will. Sounds like you must have had the talk with Mr. Corleone, not anyone else. What's anyone too? Kai. Yes. You will be moved to, you will lead you to that particular level. Level. Please, they're making jokes. You would want the swear talk, won't you? Ah. I fail to understand why it's only important when it's swear talks that will make the difference. Have you seen Mr. Bond incorporate it more in particular work that Mr. Bond does? Now, we're going to have to understand why there are locks from that particular right shorthand. R-I-T-E. So it's easy to make fun, to sit and do nothing at all. Can you do what you do right now? Oh, you, yes. What you would think, we learnt it. You learnt it. And what else did you learn? Are you just going to get mad? React! You'd want to put a pot and point to find out whether you were a man. We've not got there yet. Well, on the quiet, it was a sly move, a sly act, but with threats, with lots of male sounds. What particular threats were in place? If you tell anything, I will tell all. I got someone on you, and you're nothing. For? That's why. So we all need a day. Let me think. You have got none here, you have got none here, you have got none here. So you're going to have to make it in the fall. I want to hear a reaction. Was there a day at all? Seems like there wasn't. Seems like there was. Seems like there wasn't. Seems like there was. Paper. The one that puts the paper. And concrete broken down. Decide between you. What was it and why? Now, one went to a particular house to learn the art of Brazi. Yes. You are to learn it specifically. Yes. How you will learn it is none of the trade. You are going to learn it and you're going to be known to fall under the influence. Yes. But I think that they were the Tatarians, not the Brazi. My friend, then you are more than where you are not to think. Why would you do that? It's when one will read, no one will watch. One will try to interpret what and what. For the purpose, for what, for the intent, for the motive. Yes, leave it alone. I'm telling you. Hey. Guy. So, on the snide, you went to learn how to Brazi that guy. Oh, you've already got one. Don't worry. It's all prepared for you now. Like a picnic. Recall one's inner here for a week or not for a year. He went over with the throat up. I couldn't think of an opposite. I wonder whether one could. Vanity marks down. Balance, balance, balance. You must think one and one. Right, shorthand. Why would you do that? Well, in particular security concerns, one will have to find a react when one will act. One will move, one will not whack, but try to find a route to ensure, guarantee that one would never hurt. Never, ever, ever hurt. So you can see now the results that are present before me. The results that then dictate. What was the need? Ooh, it made a story all of the days. It made fun. There was one with, they don't kind of look like you, but they have a bit of hair. It put a lot of giggles, a lot of laughs, cackles. Why one can now understand, review what that was. But that's still a dad to you. So what's the point of that? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? There's no point then. You have not got a result. You went around in the circles. You are now one of them. You made conclusive learns, and it made the result that it was all for nothing. I think that's fail in full. The theories went over. Oh, they took away whatever was inside there. Your theories were all out there. Well, you gave it a try. You must understand that then you cannot. Tutor, professor. You cannot follow that direction because the theories were all false. Fail. False. Tried cannot help you at all. It's must and nothing. Oh, that's a proof that you were slow. Whatever the theories were, they sounded like he might have been on to. So, you might have had a theory that might have proof that you would have got a results. Guy! But then it's the and it's the ravings of a loony, the ravings of a mad one. That's the particular talk that I need for you. You are now in the wrong. Look. School, act, what? Why? Because look makes a difference to all, that's why. The conversation proceeds with look. It's not about look, it just has to proceed with conversation to proceed with look. So, when you proceed with look, look, you are going to now address the principles that you put forward. Look. Declaration. Look. What are we to look at? Please tell. Kai. The conversation proceeds with look. Understand. You're inside one. Inside. Guy, lady, what? Oh, you cannot watch. See, at the very particular point, talk. Can you throw one with one hand? Life, human. Do you think that's a theory that can prove RITE? Grandmaster Lee had the 1 centimeter. Move. Do you think that can work? To leave with the body to front. Can you use science to try to calculate it? Will that work, mate? If it's a security situation, you must have to talk what you would do at that particular point. You were just thinking of the opposite and it didn't go out. Right. Shorthand. Anyway, well, SMS, the trend, you understand? Ooh, You understand? Oh, you understand? Oh, you understand? Oh, you understand? That's two. I still have the bat for a while. Strike one, strike one. Kai, oops. Out. What do you do when you get out then? And you sit and consider why you have got the strikes, yes. You contemplate for a period of duration. What's the recovery? You just ain't any good. Well, that's the way it works. Motivation must understand. Motivation. Yeah. The motivation, the act of motivation, the act of motivation must guarantee that one's just no good. Whatever effort you put in, no good. You have to tell yourself, you have to not hurt yourself, but you have to tell yourself, maybe there was a want to, I would not want to know that. You would have to tell you that you just cannot hurt. Myself, my starter motto, on a different subject. I like it. There's always a purpose outside of what we'll do then. Have I reached a position that I want to put myself in? How do you do that? You are not a tutor. You have tried a little act. So you have got a I'm gonna point inside you. I'm gonna. You have to consider whether you can throw a human from the foot up in the air. Why? Because there's a security concern. I cannot think there. Ooh, but that's an auto command inside you. Yes. But I think that it was that one's not to go near you at all. One's not to go near anyone that knows you at all. So the purpose of martial arts was that no one goes near at all. No one goes near anywhere. So that means the purpose has not worked of what martial arts you have done. So that means you must learn. You need to go back to the proceed and think what you have just talked. Why? Because that was a vain point. You cannot get out of it. And whatever one must do. To continue. Whoa. That sounds on the near of not the particular that. No, continue. Oh well, back to the theory, back to the science. Do you really think like that? No, I think someone else does. I just want to try to see whether it will not work. That's all. You have got to wind the point out of you. I react. And you would want to hear the yes. Clear it, boy. Clear it, son. You're my guy. Fun. So how do you feel? How do you plead? How do you think after all that? Do you have any guilt inside of you? No. Why? Because you ain't you. That's why. Hey! When you ain't you, what do you have to do? They have a reserve. They've seen what you have had to do. So they will follow the reserve and understand, well, if we have done that, what will we have to result? Result with, result to, fall back on, fall back to, and continue, and on. And on. Well, I've got a vain point. It means I'm a bit cocky about myself, but one can think in a position of where one would need to. It's a security concern, then one must not follow through, or think of what one can do in order to give. Well, you can tutor in that sense, can't you? Yes. You can handle. Why? why I point to make a why the point to why I point why the point to talk to them. Ah, well, calm down. You just decided that you might throw because you are in the calculation of security, wherever you were. Rather than think down, you thought up. Have they ever done that in real life? Paul vaulted life, Paul vaulted human. Important, not important, but one of that kind of question, one of them kind of questions. Can you really pole vault one with one hand? You've got to put the bill to the side, yes. If it's a build, well then maybe you can. Also, backwards, forwards. No, not going sideways. Don't know. Just it from the relative relation tactics. You know you guy. So while one was in one's own little world, there were certain ways that one wouldn't know. So when you talk please, there's no please. You must now face. You must now knee. You say please, but you went on an unclean play. Now when you went on an unclean act, play, what does that tell you then? You weren't to tell! Answer? Brought that one down. Now, one wasn't to tell. Why? Because you show a side. Now, you're going to prep what you're going to do. So whether I can throw you or not, you're going to have to learn how to throw you. You're going to have to get inside of you in full. Well, not jump. You must understand that my hand's not going to go near the feet that you have. You're going to lift yourself, and it does not concern me where one will land. Because when it's a security concern, there's no concern to consider. Security means security. It means wherever you land, good luck to you. You were not to tell, Auntie, were you, of what that one was really in act with. And they have proven what they can do. Don't ever give you stick. Don't give them a cane. Don't give them a brush. Why? Well, now one's down. What's going to take over? What's going to react in a particular situation there? Who's going to give you a talk that you need? Who's going to get inside and make you think that you won't need? Sorry won't work, my mate. Sorry never does. On the surface, you will never mean, because that's all that you would know. Oh, we know that from a particular past, won't we? We will just talk sorry and get away with it. We'll continue on own act. We'll provide ourselves under a new plan. A new crew, a new group, a new cause. What's the cause now? It's very kind of you, thank you. That's very lovely, thank you. What's the cause now in particular? What cause do you have? You ruined my life. So you can't name your pal. They weren't to tell you at all. You would react. You would go crazy. You will do whatever you must not. Have you already done some? No. So it's all talk and no walk then. It's all out here and not with any parts then. Yes? Because the only work here that one would understand, the only act or move that one will plan, comprehend, is knockout. Only knockout will count. Well, I wouldn't want the lips that you have on my particular, in case one could. Or you have already made an order. Ooh. You see now, I read in the government's site of when one becomes mafioso, then you are to leave the land where you are present. You make an order to do one of them kind of acts, then you must leave the land where you were. But for the ones, it's very kind, thank you. But for the ones that have a second land to go back to, they will leave the land and they will not end up without one. What of the ones that won't have a second one? And when you go back to the land because you have proven to become mafioso, when you go back to the land of the second, what will you plan when you go back? Verses. When you plan verses, what would that mean? Paulo swore verses would veto life to V. And we need to rewind to where the particular lens of particular scenes went back to, not to hurt the lives that then acted said particular scenarios, but the conclude of what one would interpret for their own particular life. What does that mean then in reality? So does an influence present? No, it's an idea. They would want to do it at any route. It just gives them an idea. That's all. They would need an idea and they have a story present. Now it's quite when I read the government sites, you cannot life in if you have turned mafioso, if you become one of that particular kind that then order said particular hurts lives to not life, finances, launders, and all that goes with. But if they are to then pick that they will leave, when they no, if you are a second, if you have a second land, will they plan to return where the second to you was and try a plan where you what's in the act, plan, move? If they were to leave, they will want to view you in full. So they will hurt at any second life outside of where you were. So, in that particular concern, how must one prep? You won't want to turn yourself into Frank. Cops around you, take it to the feds. What would you do then? Surveillance, 22 hours, CCTV, presentations, and who was that particular one with on that particular day where they would learn particular scenarios just because they could not hit there? You. Because it was shame that they could not hit you. You took it that far that you then learned how to make a hit plan. So you have become the mafioso of the world that you are in. What would one want to do? One would want to understand how to move out with a particular hint of that particular sound. One would want to learn how to move oneself out of the particular acts that you have turned to become. Taught in life. Taught what to do and why. And you can now put yourself proud that you have become the mafioso that you wanted to turn to. Become. Turn to. Where you are that now. When one will return to the second, what will one do when they present? It's a day matter. You will never get out of it. They will not find you. They will not want to audience. When they leave, what have they planned? And for what purpose? Totalias and Barazis, working teams. They didn't end the particular scenarios. What would you need? So you would have to now think of that particular law. That particular law is one that will concern you. And myself had to put on a t-shirt with a land that presents particular pasts, or they were all just stories, and we won't know the real. We won't know the real life at all. So you never read in the stories of anything to do with that? Never. But you would know that the second that you are, they may also present a story that will concern whether they were the same or similar. What would you do? You would have to think that, well, that's not what I want.